Electroids, welcome back to the channel, and today we are here with a brand new explanation video. And for today's explanation, we are going to be explaining pregnancy in The Sims 4. Now, I do have a mod. It is the relationship and pregnancy overhaul mod, but in an unmodded game, you need to have a sim that is at least a romantic interest, and your sim has to have had at least a first kiss. Now, in an unmodded game, a sim is not going to be able to get pregnant. Now, in an unmodded game, you cannot woohoo with your sim in the shower. So typically you would have to try for baby, or in this case, try for pregnancy because I have a relationship and pregnancy overhaul mod. So let's try for baby. So let's try for baby, or in this case, try for pregnancy with Steve. Now the pregnancy and relationship overhaul mod is going to give each sim a sign of fertility. Like as an example, if we check Steve's fertility, or sorry, if we check Jenny's fertility, we can see that she has a 33, which means she has a 33% chance of getting pregnant. Now, in an unmodded game, this is actually an 80% chance. And once you're done, sims are done with the woohoo, you can get your sim to go and take a pregnancy test. Now, with the pregnancy test, this is going to determine if your sim gets pregnant or not. Let's see, did she get pregnant? She did not. Now, if you don't know, you can easily change this if you have the mod, which I'm going to do for the sake of this, just for the sake of this. And let's go and try again. Let's go and try again. Remember, this is the pregnancy and overhaul mod that is helping you out. So because Jenny now has a 100% chance of getting pregnant, she should be able to take a pregnancy test, and we will find out that she is pregnant. There we go. Now, in an unmodded game, you are going to share the big news with your partner or the person who got you pregnant. And when and if you do, sims are mostly going to be reacting very happily, but if the sim hates children, they are more likely to react negatively. So let's go and with the pregnancy and overhaul relationship mod, sharing the big news has more of a realistic reaction. If your sim is happy to have a baby, they will react excitedly. If one sim is not happy to have a baby, they'll react negatively. Or if the sim that's pregnant doesn't want a baby, they'll announce unwanted pregnancy. Now, in the first trimester, child is on the way. In the first trimester, child is on the way. It lasts for 24 hours before your sim is pregnant again. During this time, you can still work a job, you can still do all of this thing, and so can your partner. So, I'm going to put Steve in the business career. Now I'm going to put Jenny in the business career as well in the teaching career, and we are just going to let them do their own thing. And so, yeah. During all of pregnancy, the sim might experience some morning sickness. Jenny woke up feeling violently ill, as if something was pushing on her insides. And when this happens, you can typically click on the toilet and you can choose to throw up. So we are going to do that, and we are going to see what it is looking like for the sim. I'm sorry, it is just so light in here that I am going to just... There we go. Now it is actually very bright. So this is going to instantly make the toilet really dirty and icky, and it's just not going to be really good. You may notice that your Sim's hunger is going to be a little bit more depleted, and that is typical of someone who has a baby. And if you're playing with cheats, you will notice that your Sim, and if you're playing with cheats and you don't let your Sim eat or drink or do any of that, by the end of the pregnancy, they are pretty much going to gain a bit of weight, and that is just because they are pregnant with a baby.
Oh, Larkin.
Now, as we can see, my Sim is in her first trimester in the next 4 hours. So I think I made a mistake. Oh well, that's fine. If your Sim is family-oriented, they may want to have a child, and that is going to give you 150 things. So since I technically made a mistake, we are going to... Oh. So in her second trimester, the Sim's baby bump gets a little bit bigger and looks a little bit better. So to get a clearer picture, let's head inside to check. Let's head inside and check how she looks. So as we can tell, she is looking a little more pregnant now that she is in her second trimester of pregnancy. And during this time, your Sim may get a bit angry, but that's from the mod. And I will see you guys when something else changes. Once your Sim is in the third trimester of their pregnancy, you will get a notification that both parents can now actually take family leave. Since Steve is at work, he obviously can't, but Jenny can. So we're going to go here, we're going to click business, and then we are going to take family leave because she is in her third trimester, which means she can now take this, and she, I believe, will be paid. We will find out. She is now on family leave for 1 day, which means she will not have to go in today, actually. During your third trimester, your Sim's belly gets a little bit bigger and you will see the arrows going up in her pregnancy, and she will give birth around 10 to 24 hours later. You will also notice that her hunger bar is going down very quickly, and during this time it is important, and you can still kind of influence the gender by eating strawberries for a girl and listening to the pop station, or listening to the hip hop station and carrots for a boy. And during this time, your Sim actually has your Sim actually has the ability to give birth to 1 baby, 2 babies, or 3 babies. In an unmodded game, you can give birth to only 3, which would be triplets. Your Sim cannot give birth to quadruplets naturally in the game. You may also notice that needs like hygiene and bladder are going down rapidly, and that is because the Sim is pregnant, much less considering. So during this time, you can either choose to buy a baby bassinet, or you can wait until your Sim is in labor, and then the government of The Sims will give your Sim a baby bassinet that way. So I'm gonna buy the Rockabye bassinet for 150 simoleons. And then what I'm actually going to do is I am going to get Steve to leave his job early. I don't know why he's not showing up. Okay, there he is. Because I'm going to get him inside the house. Or not. He's going to do that on his own.
trip.
When your sim goes into labor, your sim will immediately become very uncomfortable because they are in labor. And you will get a notification that they have gone into labor. Ginny is bursting.
Fluffy!
You will also see the partner, if they are
Oh.
around, panicking, and you may even see some other sims
Nubu.
panicking. So you can choose to have the sim at the hospital, or you can choose to have the sim in a baby bassinet. So here we go. And it will typically last for about a few minutes. Your sim's partner may go do other needs, but they may run a little bit here and there, or they may take a little while, and that's completely fine. It's a girl, the baby has been born, and by the way, when a sim is in labor, you cannot access the shopping, you cannot access the gallery, you cannot manage worlds, you cannot do build mode, and you cannot save. So baby Megan has been born. So the baby has been born, and now the Sims family has grown. If you look onto the family tree, if the sim is unmarried, then you will only see the mother and her son or daughter. But if you click on the daughter, you will see the two partners of who is the pregnancy. Now, I know this is really fast. I know this is really slow. I didn't really do much research into this. There is a lot of things that your sim is not going to be able to do, such as some exercise machines, jogging in the second trimester, I believe, and your sim. And there is also going to be a few hot tubs that your sim may not be able to get into. I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. Don't forget to comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!